How's everyone out there doing today? I am so excited to be here with the marvelous Mel Kelly. We have switched to afternoons for those of you who are used to seeing us in the morning. So we've got our caffeine on, we're at midday, and Mel wrote a book called Disastrous Dating Tips. And I said, Mel, your dating life isn't just a disaster, it's your whole life. Let's move on from disastrous dating into disastrous life coaching. Thank you so much for being here, self proclaimed disastrous life coach Mel Kelly.
Thank you so much, Amy. It's an absolute privilege and an honor to be here with the amazing Amy Hamilton, the amazing author of these two amazing books, The Consummate Communicator and The Project Manager. So, looking forward to another amazing session today.
So, Mel, we were talking before the show today, and one of the things that I think a lot of people are looking for advice on, and I think you really are the expert, is how do you start doing that strategic planning with your life? Like you're looking around your life and you're like, okay, I'm here right now, but like there's some things I like to achieve. How do I get there in like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? What is your advice for life planning?
Yeah. I have very strong opinions on this, I must say, and some people may or may not agree with them, but I still have my opinions. So some people think, you should set out a plan, a strategic goals, all those steps, actions, habits that you need to do to achieve those goals over the next 3 to 5 years. I think it's all nonsense because does it work? How many people have you seen that approach actually work for? So this is what we know is we get the conventional advice, and it's all rubbish, right? What you need to do is, what was that book called? The Law of Attraction, which basically says you just basically have to do nothing and just visualize it. So the most important thing is, yeah, book up on the streaming services, on the Netflix, on the Prime services. Don't bother doing anything, okay? Just imagine that you're going to achieve that goal in 5 years. The most important thing, though, is don't write that down anywhere because, anyway, at the end of 6 months, you won't have remembered what you were trying to do anyway, and who really cares? The most important thing is don't make any effort because if you do, you'll only be disappointed. And what's ever going to happen is going to happen. But the thing is, law of attraction, just, yeah, do nothing and just wait for things to happen.
So, Mal, to be a little contrarian today, I did write this book called The Project Manager Life as a Project. And as you're aware, some of the aspects of this book is how do you take simple project management goals to reach your life. So,
How
one of
many
the
projects succeed? 80% of projects fail.
so 80% of people are failures. Where are we
80%
going
of
with this, Mel?
80% of people who try to take projects are fail. So you're taking a formula where you've only a 20% chance of success. Oh, come on, you have more of a chance of throwing darts at the dartboard with blindfold on. I mean, come on, 20%.
So, one of the things I put into that book that I think is like super important, and I'd love to get your advice on this, is this concept of prioritization that you can't do everything.
Don't do
So,
anything. Don't do anything. Anything that you need to do, just whether it's vital, you need to eat, go to the toilet, go to sleep. They're absolute priorities. Everything else is secondary.
so how do you advise this with your family and friends?
Who?
I just don't have any, right? Who needs a family and friends? Nobody needs a
Wow.
mother.
What's what? Sorry. Sorry, I don't understand the question. What's the question again?
So, for instance, we're going into autumn. It's gonna be the holidays coming up. Like, how do you start? How what's your life advice for that? Of like this long term plan. Maybe you have a partner that your parents aren't exactly fond of. What's your strategic planning on family and life coaching advice?
Oh, family and long time. Just ignore them. Who cares? You know, that's what families are for arguments and conflict. It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to have arguments and conflicts. So, I mean, just do what you want to do. I mean, you try and do what they want to do, you still end up with arguments and conflicts. So why bother? Just do what you want to do.
Mal, that is some really like all new level like bad advice. But we're gonna just keep going down this because I think disastrous life planning is an area of unlimited pitfalls. So
Yes.
another area like where people have a lot of conflict, turmoil. You do spend most of your life at work. Working
Hmm.
with your coworkers. And what is your advice on trying to get a promotion?
Suck up to the boss is really the best one, you know. I mean, this thing of actually doing well in the job and stuff, it's completely overrated. It doesn't work. It just the boss will will hire whoever his best buddy is. There you go. So this thing is like, don't be spending time on the work. Don't be spending time on the performance. Don't be spending time on all the good stuff. Just spend that time coffees and smoking. If the boss smokes, take up smoking, so you take the smoke breaks with him. If the boss is, I don't know, is into football, go to football matches with him. Just network. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to hire who's the most competent, most capable. He's going to hire who his buddies, who he enjoys hanging out with. So that's what
Well,
what
Mal,
he's saying there,
I
Tom.
also appreciate that you assume all bosses are males. We're just gonna like table that
No,
one for now.
they. I did say day. I did say day. I
No,
did
you
say
said
day.
he.
Janie
I'm
macaroni.
okay with
Yeah,
that.
we
So
got. We got. We
basically,
turn
if
it
you're
into that.
no wait, so basically, if you're a
Female boss.
woman, just give up. Don't even go into the workforce. Stay home, right? Is this what
Oh,
you're saying?
Jesus, Amy, you're putting words in my mouth. My goodness, like,
Mel,
oh.
you have no friends anyways. You might as well come out with it.
So, female boss, male boss, it doesn't matter. Suck up to them. They only hire their buddies. They're not going to hire who's the best performer. There you go.
Okay, Mel, we've touched on don't have friends. Say up to your boss. I mean, is there advice on getting out of the rat race entirely and just not having a job?
Yeah. I mean, that's also an option. Challenge there. You might need a bit of money for your food, roof over your head, and food at the table, and all that good stuff. So, if you can manage that part, or you find a way that you can get the government to pay for that, or you can get a family member to pay for that, or a partner that could pay for all of that. Why bother with any of that work stuff?
Okay, so to sum it up, don't have any checklist, don't have any plans, spend all of your time just watching streaming media as much as possible, and minimize any social interaction unless it benefits you in the sense of putting clothes, food, shelter. Is that
Absolutely.
the life plan?
Yeah, and anything of over performance or overachievement at work, yeah, completely overrated. Just spend your time. Yeah, kissing ass. Much more effective if you want to get yourself promoted. Oh, sorry, I can't say that.
Okay, Mel, we are going to be signing off for today. And next time we are going to talk. It is full on autumn right now. And I think what's really great is it's the kind of time of year that you could go into the countryside with the family if you decided not to get rid of your family off based on today's very bad advice today. And we're going to look at like going into the countryside for some apple picking and hay rides. So
Yeah.
we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Looking forward to next week's session. Hope you had fun.